Go ahead.
I'm Laura McKeeman, this is Cody Jones, and we are here with a rapid recap after talking to some coaches and players. Let's talk about the most pressing issue of all, obviously the bad snaps in the Miami of Ohio game. We actually heard from Mike Pouncey today, who said he hasn't slept much since the game. He's been really working hard, trying to figure out what he can do. He said he talked to his brother Marquise, and they were holding the ball, I guess sort of similarly. Now Mike is going to change his grip on the ball. He's going to grip it more toward the top of the ball. He hopes that'll help. He's going to have a towel handy to help with the sweaty hands. So I mean, at some point, he's telling us to trust him that there will be a solution. What do you think, Cody?
Yeah, he said he's going to move his hand up a little bit so he can get some, I guess maybe a little bit better feel for it, and get his hand around it a little easier, and before he throws it back, he said, I guess he kind of learned it on the fly during the game, and he said he wished he had a chance to practice it before that, but it still worked out pretty well for him. He said he feels confident in practice with that, so he says that everything will be back to normal this weekend.
Yeah, and actually hearing from Steve Adazio, Steve said, you know, look guys, it wasn't just Mike Pouncey's fault. You know, he's been under center in the Sugar Bowl. You know, there have been other times when he has been that guy, you know, sending those snaps back, and it's been fine. And that's why this wasn't anything that they were even concerned about. So, I mean, I think it was just a comedy of errors at some point. You know, something went wrong, then the domino effect went down. And Pouncey said it feels good to know that he isn't taking the whole blame from this. It's not like anyone, you know, other than maybe the media in some places, are giving him that full credit for the bad snaps. And he and Brantley have been working on that chemistry, and things are hopefully going well there. Okay, so let's talk about DJ Durkin. We heard from him. Now, DJ finally singled somebody out and said that John Bostic came away with the best game as a linebacker, obviously getting that interception, but really coming away with an awesome performance overall. So it's good to hear him singling somebody out.
Yeah, it's about time. We heard all offseason there was 6 starters the entire time, and nobody would know until game time who was starting. Again, it's been really interesting, and to see him kind of say something about one person, like you said, it was really impressive, and I think well deserved for the way Bostic played as well. Something that, but it was, I think, made them feel a lot better. He was kind of up in the air a little bit during the spring. Really had a strong fall camp, and you got to see it on the field this past Saturday.
And Durkin also mentioned special teams. He said, you know, they've got to work really hard on that. They weren't exactly thrilled with their special teams performance, although they did win the field position battle. They want to add some more with that. Obviously talking about Chaz Henry and Caleb Sturgis, said that those guys feel bad about their performance. They really want to work hard for USF. Okay, and we actually heard from John Bostic as well, who said, you know, look, I learned some things out there on the field. In his first start, obviously coming away with a great performance, but he did learn a few things as well.
Absolutely, learned how to be a little bit more vocal. We've talked to him a little bit. You kind of get the sense that he is a quiet guy, kind of kept to himself. That's something that he can't do as a middle linebacker. Brandon Spikes, you can hear from 10 rows deep in different stadiums sometimes. So it's kind of an adjustment for this defense. He heard from some of the players, you know, you got to be louder, and he said, you know, I'm going as loud as I can. I'm jumping around, going crazy. So it's still an adjustment for him, where to get those calls into the defensive linemen, to all the defensive players. That's something he's going to have to continue to grow with, and you have full confidence in a guy like that he'll be able to do it.
Okay, speaking of D linemen, we heard from Jay Howard and Will Green. Will Green said, you know, he actually was very impressed by Duke Lemon's performance, and that's somebody who did not grade out as a champion, but probably got real close. Another thing that Will Green talked about that was pretty interesting is there's something that DJ Durkin has implemented called the pack. And basically anybody that performs really well in practice and does just well overall becomes a member of the pack. They've got necklaces, they've got shirts that say the pack, and if you're not in the pack, you're part of the prey. So Ahmad Black talked about that a little bit as well and said, you know, there's not too many prey left, but that pack is really where you want to be. So it's cool to see that they are implementing things like that to really serve as an incentive to get these guys going.
Absolutely. Just another little thing that DJ Durkin brought over from Stanford with him. Black actually told us there were 3 guys left in the prey. He wouldn't single them out.
We don't know who they are. Maybe it's us.
It might be.
I don't know. We might be the prey.
It wouldn't surprise me. But he said there's 3 left, and he wouldn't name names, which I think people are a little disappointed about. But again, what do you really expect? So, yeah, he said they're trying to bring those guys along. They get to stay on the other side of the locker room and can't come to the pack side. So this is another little motivational tactic by the coaching staff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and Ahmad Black also said that it was great to see Jeremy Brown get that interception, and great to see him feeling healthy. Jeremy Brown today says that his ankle's feeling a little better, so he's just trying to stay off it as much as possible, make sure that he's healthy for USF. And Ahmad Black said that he felt like he might have had butterfingers there a little bit on that one interception that he did drop. You know, he thought he was going to go ahead and go all the way with that. So he said that, you know, he hopes to work on that and you know, kind of fine-tune his game. He said that he feels like he's playing faster now, which, you know, I didn't think he could get too much faster at that safety position, but he said it will be nice to have Will Hill back this week.
Absolutely, and that's what he kind of talked about. Maybe some potential changes in the defense when you go that one high look where you have Will Hill as the deep guy and move Ahmad Black into the box. And play maybe against some of the slot receivers, some tight ends, and even in run support up there as well. So it's going to give them just the ability to be more versatile as well, and give some defenses different looks, which is going to be really important with a guy like BJ Daniels playing quarterback for USF that can run all over the place and still has a good arm as well. It's very important, I think, for them to give multiple looks like that.
Okay, and they are really scouting out BJ Daniels, calling him Little Vic. Because he reminds everyone so much of Michael Vick. And we will be bringing you more information on FightingGators.com, so keep it right here.